Hey man, what's going on, man? This is Gregory Morales Sr., aka Flu Season, the original mixed god of Gastonia, Gaston County Lord, United States Marine, the master of the comeback, no matter what I've been through. I'm over here rocking with Grandosiá TV, man. Y'all stay tuned.
To another great show with Grandosiá TV, where I got my guy here, Gregory Morales Sr., aka It's Flu Season. Today we're going to talk about his time he spent in the Marines, his time he has done here in North Carolina, in the music industry here that we have. Him coming down from New Jersey, some experiences that he has experienced since he's been this way, he has experienced in life, people he have met, people he ran into, things he's still doing right now. But with that being said, how you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing outstanding, man. It's an honor to be here. I've been watching your page for a while. I've been really trying to get in tune. Just for me to be here today is an honor, and I'm very happy to be here. So that way we can integrate a lot further than what we have done so far. Absolutely.
So for the ones who don't know you, you my guy. I've been knowing you from the battles, from the music world here in Gastonia. But for ones who don't know you, we gonna go back to the beginning. We're gonna take it back to the beginning. We talked off camera before. You was telling me from Paterson, New Jersey. What was it like there that made you make some decisions in your life that you have made? With me saying going into the armed forces, being into music. What happened in the mean streets of Paterson, New Jersey that shaped you to who you became?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, man, Paterson, New Jersey, man, the motherland, as I would call it. It's somewhere. It's the wild, wild west out there, man. It's a very rough environment to be in. It takes a very strong individual or group of individuals in the family environment to thrive there, because I seen, man, I could just go and name a gazillion stories off to where people don't unfortunately make it, man. There's a lot of violence out there. It's kind of a predatory environment where you don't even necessarily have to like mess with somebody. Somebody will just try you just because of where, just where you're at. And it's just the, environment, the nature, just the kind of the culture out there. It's a really tough environment. A lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol. The drugs, especially. People talk about the heroin epidemic, quote unquote, now in the 21st century. Man, listen, man, the epidemic been out. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s and the 90s, and more specifically in the 90s, that's where I was like, I was coming up in the 90s. Like I seen it firsthand, where you got somebody that's just nodding off on dope, like standing up and won't fall. They'll stumble like, and then stand up. Oh yeah, I'm all right. And then all of a sudden he's do. Like I seen the worst of the worst. I seen that. Matter of fact, like one story that I could pinpoint. My stepfather, Chito, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? He's really like my father. He burnt down an abandoned building because one of his really good friends overdosed and passed away in that building, and he felt like he had to call to action, so he burnt the damn thing down to the ground. He got a little bit of prison time for it, but that's just one example of many. Like I've seen families just destroyed by the environment and everything like that. Now, when it comes to me, I was always like I always had a good heart. I always had a good, good spirit and everything like that. And I never really fit in 100% in Paterson. So when the time came, I decided to, leave. Not to say like I couldn't, I couldn't survive out there, which I did. But when, I graduated high school, I was out. I was gone immediately.
Why you figured you didn't fit in?
Because I just didn't have the same, type of mind state as like again, it's a predatory environment. I'm not a bully or nothing like that. Like, I have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? I had, especially when I was younger, I had way bigger of a heart compared to like now, I would say.
Right.
But it definitely like, I just, I don't know, I just didn't fit in. Like you have to always, you got to learn how to fight. You got to always stand up for yourself. You got to stand up for somebody else. And then like, even in a high school, like in the high school that I went to, and I went to a better high school than East Side. For example, Lean On Me, East Side High, Joe Clark, the movie, that's Paterson.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to that school. I went to Passaic County Tech. But even in Passaic County Tech, the same kind of politics and all that kind of stuff, like really thrived there as well. And I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I graduated and I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't like totally casted out, but it was tough. It was tough to live there. And my aunt, who lived in Kings Mountain at the time, rest in peace, my Aunt Sherry, every summer she would call and my mama would be like, "Oh, Greg, Sherry wants to talk to you." So I run to the phone. "Hey, Sherry, can I come down and see you?" And you hear in the back, all the way in the back of the room, "Hell no, you're not going. No, you're going to finish high school first. You're going to do what you got to do here. Then when you get a man, you can do whatever the hell you want. But right now, no, you're not going to North Carolina. You're not going to Kings Mountain." But then, I finally made time and, I'm here. So, what are we going to speak about?
Gotcha. So when you left at the high school, did we immediately go into the forces, or what did we do?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I seen September 11, 2001, I seen it through my cousin's third story window. Because Paterson is so close to Manhattan. So if you go up high enough, you can see the skyline. So I was still in high school, and I actually I had a few extra credits left over, and I was going to school at night. So I remember I was sleeping in that day. My mama banged on the door. She said, Greg, you're about to go to war. I was like, what are you talking about? So I go look at the TV, and there's the one tower got hit already. I'm like, Ma, you relax. Like it could have just been a low flying plane or whatever. It could have been anything. And all of a sudden the second one hit, boom, and my heart dropped. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And then my cousin hits me up. He says, Greg, man, come up here right now. So I go all the way up to the third floor, and then you see everything. You know what I mean? And mind you, at this time, I was already signed up. I was in a delayed entry program where you just wait for your boot camp date. And I seen that, man. I was like, man, this is really about to happen. And my mom was crying, Greg, don't do it. Go to the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, please don't go. And you don't know what you're getting yourself into. But, like, really, that didn't scare me. It actually made me want to go more. It made me want to do it more because I want, it was like a call to action for me. I wanted to like, serve my country. And I'm to this day, I'm still, like, very patriotic. And, like, at that point in time, I was a lot smaller than what I am now. I was pretty athletic or whatever, so none of that scared me. I trained a lot more. I ran more miles. I did more pull-ups, push-ups. I was ready to go. So I had a choice midterm graduation in 2002, which was wait until the summer and graduate with your class, or you go to boot camp in February. I chose to go to boot camp in February. And February 11th, 2002, which was the exact date, which is 5 months exactly after 9/11. And then that's when I went, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't waste no time, and I just went straight in. Yeah.
So one thing I noticed about you, as we was on our research about you went to the hardest branch of the military, where their slogan is the few and the proud. Why did you choose the Marines? Out of anything you could have done, why did you want to go the hardest route possible?
I could have went to any service, by the way. My scores for the entrance test were high enough to where like the Air Force was calling me, the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, and of course the Marines. I chose the Marines, man, because I wanted a challenge. I want to be a standout. I had people that doubted me in my family, and then just like, people just like down the line, like said that I, like you're crazy, like what's the hell wrong with you? Like they're gonna eat you up and spit you out, and I like the uniforms, I like the camaraderie, I like the esprit de corps, as they would call it. I wanted that challenge. I wanted to do something that nobody else in my family done except one, which is my cousin Sergio. Salute to Serge. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even get to go and finish out his dream because he went to boot camp, graduated, became a Marine, but then he had got medically separated while he was in school. So I wanted to go above and beyond anything anybody could have ever imagined and push forward with it and just and do it, man, and live a different life. And of course, like I said before with Paterson, I wanted to get out that area. I wanted to, you know what I mean, just get out the hood and just and explore the world and like just become my own man and be strong and just everything that comes along with it. That's what I wanted. Absolutely.
So when you left Paterson, you joined the Marines. Where did that take you? Like, what part of your life at that time? What did it do for you? Uh, did anything inside the Marine Corps introduce you to music? Any place you went to, country or a state that introduced you to something new that you never seen before because of being in Paterson?
That's a good question, actually, because I was in music beforehand, but it was on like a basic elementary level. Like I just was writing raps at the time, and in Paterson, especially in the late '90s, early 2000s, that was like the golden era. That's the best. You know what I mean? I can honestly say, and I'm proud to say that I came from the best era that there was with music. But like music, like I wasn't at the time, I wasn't all the way into it yet. It just in time it just kind of came along. So, but in the early 2000s, and this is what I tell everybody: in the early 2000s, the deployment tempo was crazy. As soon as we got in, we were being told you're going to be deploying soon. You know what I mean? And we got that known to us in boot camp. Forget the training and everything that happened afterwards. We already got told that from Jump Street. Like we automatically was told, yeah, you seen what just happened or whatever. And I'm from Paterson to where it was really close to home. So I tried to get myself ready as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I moved around a lot. I started in Parris Island, South Carolina. Matter of fact, that was the very first plane ride that I took going to boot camp. We went to Charleston, South Carolina. As soon as we get off the plane, get out! And they meet you right there, right there on the spot, right? And then they, you know what I mean? And then you get on a bus, yelling, screaming at you more. You go to Parris Island, you know what I mean? Get on the footprints, you know what I mean? So it was like a extreme quick introduction. But from after boot camp, I went to combat training, which is at Camp Lejeune. After that, I went to Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland, which is right outside of Baltimore. Okay. And my job was 2111, small arms technician repairman, a.k.a. I was in an armory. You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with all the weapons, issue, receive, do maintenance, classes. You deploy, and you deploy with your unit, and that's basically your function. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Cherry Point, Camp Lejeune, Yuma, Arizona, 29 Palms, California, Kuwait, Iraq. You know what I'm saying? In a small amount of time, we moved around a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess that's how to answer that question. The music kind of came as I went along.
So as we joined the military, we served our country. It came a time. How many years did you do?
I was supposed to do 4, end up being a little bit underneath 3 because I had surgeries and stuff. Kind of pushed me out a little bit quicker. You know what I mean? But I got an honorable discharge, and that's all that really matters is I serve honorably and, you know what I mean, handle my business. It wasn't always fun. It wasn't, I wasn't the best Marine that there, you know what I mean, there are times I want to goof off. There's times that I missed home. There was times that, and that's just with anybody. But, you know what I mean, I'm proud of what I did, absolutely. And I could carry that for as long as I live.
And before we move off, you've been in the armed forces or in the military or whatever. Was there anything wild that you did that you're like, why did I do that? Or everything you did was pretty much cool?
Man, there's so many different things I could speak on when it comes to that. On the weekdays, on my days on working, I was a Marine, right? Well, we all anticipated waiting for the weekend to come up, right? We go to the mall, we go ball out. You know what I'm saying? I had no kids, I had money. You know what I'm saying? I was chasing girls, and little girls chased me. Yeah, I did it at one time. Not now, but like there was a time where we would go to the club, we would go hang out, we would we would do things with our counterparts, with our brothers. You know what I'm saying? Some of them I still talk to this day. Um, we got into some wild conflicts and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Yeah, there was times when stuff like that happened. Um, yeah, there was a couple instances when I was deployed where I had to make a split second decision and do my job correctly, because if I didn't, lives would have been lost. Of one of them, I ain't gonna talk about all of them, but there was one situation. Well, actually, it was more than one. There was a few situations of the same type of thing where a weapon broke down. So they say, Morales, the 50 cal broke down. You know what I'm saying? And there's people running all over the place, bullets flying, whatever. So I get up to the weapon. It was a 50 cal, and that's a 50. It's the 50 cal. There's a barrel like this long. So I pull it up. My hands are shaking, and I'm It's something called headspace and timing, and I did it. You know what I'm saying? And I got the gun to work. So we fire back off. Do. People ask me if I killed somebody. I don't know if I can't. You know what I mean? Exactly. Right. So, shit, like it was, shit, like my hair stand up talking about this one. So, yeah, so I did did my job. They said, Morales, get back to CP. I was gone immediately, ran, like, you know what I'm saying? And then as soon as I get back, my hands are still shaking, you know what I mean? And it didn't happen every day. I'm not going to sit here and lie to everybody and say, oh, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was some kind of hero and kicked down the doors and killed the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. I wasn't, most days we didn't have those type of things going on, you know what I mean? But when it was all said and done, when it was time for me to go into action, when it was time for me to do what I was supposed to do, I did it, man. And it carries a strong sense of pride for as long as I live, like, for real. And it doesn't go nowhere. I still like watch documentaries and stuff like that just to get that feeling like I'm back there again. It's just something and that actually it causes me to get into that environment again, and I feel like it's a healthy thing, because it lets me know that I'm still, number one, I'm human, and and I got past that, and it just gives me that big sense of pride that I need. You know what I'm saying? To that I'm a grown man, and I have a lot of values and structure and a belief in all that combined into one that makes me very unique and not like nobody else. And it's still, I'm 37 years old. I've been out since I was like, 21? It's still, to this day, it's still a part of my life. So, yeah.
So we finished your tour, your years in the military. You get out. Do we have any PTSD that set in?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what happened with that?
Shit, I got it on my wristband right now. I got that right there. If anybody can see it, it's PTSD. It's actually a wristband that I have. I got diagnosed with that. I'm also diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, the combination of the two. I didn't get to speak on that as much yet, but there were times where we had people that we lost, and we had people that went on to the next life, and then we had I seen somebody, for example, grab the barrel of a 50 cal with her, and the skin of their hand just, I seen, just stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? And one situation that I'll never forget, I was in 29 Palms, California. We were actually training. It was a training event, and I was out there for 2 months. And another guy from New Jersey, his name was Andy Millette. That was my brother, man. That was my dog, man. You know, he was a good dude. He was different. He wasn't into drinking and wilding out, and you know what I mean. He wasn't like everybody else. He was a big 6 foot. I want to say about 6'2", uh, black. You know what I mean, dark skinned African American brother. He was my brother, man. We always talked to each other, and you know what I mean. I'm from Paterson. He's from like East Orange. I remember him saying. So we from the hood. So we linked up like we immediately. So we was in 29 Palms, California together. His unit deployed with mine. We weren't in a very exact unit, but we were like side by side with everything. So we did a lot of stuff together. So February the 3rd, it was like right after Groundhog Day. Never forget it. We were all sleeping, and somebody comes running in, and they talking about somebody got something just happened to me. We need to go get the doc. The docs are Navy personnel. Okay. They're medics, so they get deployed with us, and they fix all the medical problems. Whether if you know what I'm saying, if you fell and sprained your ankle or something life threatening, they do it all. So they go run out. I don't think nothing of it. I go back to sleep. So then the next day they say somebody passed away. You know what I mean? Come to find out it was him. He got stabbed in the jugular. He got stabbed and he bled out and he died right there because somebody couldn't take the fact that he basically put his hands on somebody because he was touching, like he was drunk and he was digging in his personal items and stuff like that. So he tried, and he was like, "Yo, man, what you doing?" And he wanted to run off at the mouth because he was drunk. He got hit. He got punched a couple times. He couldn't take that beat. He couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just allowing things to be, he let, you know what I'm saying, he let his courage take over, and he grabs it and he takes him out. And what happened? What happened after that is, you know what I mean, they took him out, and then they got something called working parties. Working parties, basically, they say, you, and you, come in, clean this up, or move this around and move that around. I walk into the tent, and then there's blood everywhere. And man, they said, get him out of here, get Morales out of here. Because that was my dog, you know what I'm saying? And they called me to do it. I don't know why the hell they would do that, but you know what I'm saying? But they called me. And then that kind of stuck with me for the rest of my life. And it's something that I don't even like speak on a lot. You know what I mean? It's something that I kind of hold in and I deal with. And I got a lot of other stuff to deal with. But that personally, that changed how I look at a lot of things. And you know what I mean? And seeing that just, you know what I mean? There was a lot of triggers associated with that. And then just like I told you, with PTSD wise, there was other things that happened while I was in the Marines, but there was a lot of stuff after I got out that was just as worse, if not even worse than that. And yeah, I'm a survivor, man. I done been through everything that possibly everything that I could possibly go through, I went through, and I'm still here. My heart's still beating. I still got air in my lungs. I still try to do the right thing. I still try to, you know what I'm saying, let people know that you can survive through whatever it is that you got going on. And there's times that I get weak. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I got all the answers, but you know what I mean? Like, but ultimately I get through it, and it's amazing shit. Like for real, man, you know? And there's a lot of guys that's out there right now with PTSD who got it way worse than me, way worse. 5 times worse than me. I seen that when I went to Texas, and actually, that's something else I can bring up. I went to Texas in 2018. I was literally, you know what I mean? I was literally rock bottom at that time, and I went to a place called Camp Hope, PTSD Foundation of America, and it was a residential treatment program. And I went there, and I got a lot of help with my situation. And there's guys that way worse than me. 3, 4, 5 deployments, Afghanistan, Iraq, and beyond, like special forces and stuff that I couldn't even touch. you know what I mean, go near like what they did. You know what I mean? So it taught me that no matter what I'm going through, it could be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I guess that sums it up for sure.
So when that was over, when that chapter came to an end, it's time to write a new chapter. What was your next move? Did you go back to Paterson, or did you say, you know what, let me cash in on my family that I have in Kings Mountain or any other part of the states you can go to?
Okay, so with that, let's see, that was like 2004, 5-ish. I went to New Jersey. Well, I bounced around a little bit. I didn't have a home. I didn't have my own place yet. I didn't have none of that. So I get out. I don't have kids. I come here for a little bit. I come to Gastonia for a little bit because at this time, my family already moved to Gastonia. Shouts out to Stonecroft. You know what I mean? One of the first places, yeah, shouts out to Stonecroft. It was one of the first places that I went to. I went to Stonecroft and my aunt was still alive and, you know what I mean, my cousin. So I was still trying to figure myself out. I didn't, you know what I mean? I thought I had all the answers at the time and I didn't.
Gotcha.
So I bounced around for a little while. I go to New Jersey for the summer. I come back. I go to Far City with my cousin Serge that I previously mentioned, the other one who was a Marine in my family. And, you know what I mean? I was collecting benefits at the time, unemployment, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I mean, just trying to, you know, figure out what I wanted to do. And, you know, and then that didn't necessarily work out. So I went back to New Jersey for about close to a year. We weren't even in Paterson no more. We was in Garfield, which is right outside. But I was in Paterson like damn near every day. I worked in Paterson. And I worked in Clifton, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I had one of my first jobs that I had after I left the Marines. And, you know, it was a basic job. I knew that wasn't something I was trying to do for the rest of my life. But like, you know, I bounced around a little bit, but I put in my claims. I put in for my disability and stuff like that. So basically what happens is I get a check. I get a big check. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yes, like I could finally take care of myself. You know what I mean? At that time. So instead of staying in Paterson, instead of staying in that environment, my dream at the time came true. You know, like I told you in the beginning of, you know, when we start talking, was, you know, I was wanting to come down to North Carolina and stay. Right. So at that time, I could stay. I bought a car. I drove down here. I put in the first month's rent deposit. You know how it go. And my first apartment in 2006 was Camelot.
Okay.
2015 Camelot Court to be exact. I went to, you know what I mean? My first apartment was in Camelot. And then that's where that chapter down here, January 10th, 2006 to be exact. That's when I first moved down here. And I still remember that date to this day. You know what I'm saying? It was very historical because I really wanted, you know what I mean, to be on my own and let the music and everything take off. Because at the time, you know, down the South was taking over, and I wanted to be part of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just where that went. You feel me? So yeah, 2015 Camelot Court to be exact. That's how everything started. Yeah.
Okay, 2006. We down here in the South, like you said, what, Ludacris, Atlanta, T.I., all them boys, Wayne. I think No Limit was at his end, but Cash Money was still popping off, doing all that stuff. So, what was, like, you working, you got the check, you said, you know what, I want to do music. So, did you start off as being a producer? You start off being an artist? Like, how did you get your start? And who did you start working with in the city that you collab with?
Well, nah, I was rapping, man. I definitely wasn't producing to do with none of that stuff yet. I was rapping. You know what I'm saying? And my first method was just to network with everybody. Anytime I see somebody rap, yo, I rap. And they looking at me like, who the hell? You know what I mean? They ain't know who I was. This Puerto Rican dude coming up like that. You know what I mean? I was like the first one to come out of town and to really grind and do his numbers, man. Like, you know what I mean? Now I'm gonna rewind a little bit when we speak on this because I was doing this before I got here.
Okay.
I was doing it, you know what I'm saying, with my team. I'm in Paterson. Shouts out to Devious Sound. Shouts out to Sinister. You know what I'm saying? We was doing all this prior to me getting here. So at this time, I was a little seasoned. I was feeling myself, and I was like 22 years old. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be the next big thing. Like I definitely had like a lot of confidence behind myself at the time, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna do this, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. So now, fast forward back to when I was in Camelot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have like a studio or nothing yet. I didn't have none of that. Like I wouldn't. I didn't. I seen my homeboys record. I wasn't recording yet. So like I just, you know what I mean? I met people. You know what I'm saying? I met other artists. I met other studios, stuff like that. I was kind of off and on. I couldn't really do it like how I wanted to. And then it started off kind of rough because I couldn't push out the music that I once, you know what I mean, that I once could because I didn't have a team behind me. I was totally by myself. So like, you know what I mean, I would write and I would have songs and, you know what I mean, and I would rap it to my family and, you know, my family, they, of course, they behind me. They like, man, you go ahead and do that, man. Like, we got you all the way. But I still had to figure out, like, how, like, what my game plan was going to be. And again, nobody didn't know who the hell I was. Everybody was like, man, who the, like, they was like, who the hell is this dude? Who the hell do you think he is trying to come over here and trying to take over? I had to fight to get where I'm at today. I had to really stick my neck out there just for people to respect me. So I was at Camelot for about a year, and this was around the time I met my kid's mama, and you know what I'm saying. And I met her family, and like my baby mama's brother. Shouts out to Mike. You know what I'm saying. That's my damn brother. He rapped, so we that's my brother. I love him, man. And he, you know what I mean, him, and then they introduced me to the other ones I was rapping, and you know what I'm saying. I didn't start getting around people, you know what I mean. But again, I didn't have a studio to go to, so I make a phone call to my brother Don Will. Again, shouts out to Devious, shouts out to Sinister, right? And he goes, man, you got to do this shit on your own, bro. We not here with you no more. You're not in New Jersey. You're in North Carolina. Right. It's time for you to step up and get your own shit and get your own setup and build your chapter on your own because we can't do it for you no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I made the decision to come down to North Carolina. You feel me? So I took him up on his word. Actually, I bought majority of my first setup, my first pieces of gear through him. I did that through him. You know what I mean? And I remember everything comes in mail. I'm excited, like hell yeah. I even spent a couple more $100 on another computer, and I said my kitchen table wasn't a kitchen table no more. My kitchen turned into the studio. So I hooked everything up. And I start getting all my raps out. And then other people's, now, at this time, I've been there for a year. A couple people know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I got some people behind me. So other people start coming in. And other people start rapping with me. Like, you know what I mean? I started recording and just learning as I went along how to mix down and things of that nature. I call my brothers up. They tell me how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the correct process to mix down and, you know what I mean? Put your shit on the radio to where it don't sound like you recorded it in the bathroom. Right. They gave me all the fundamentals that I needed, but I kept doing it, and the more that I did it, the better that I got. And then that's when, you know what I mean, I was rapping, but then I slowly went from rapping to the production side, and then I started having artists that I put under my wing and was pushing their talent, and then that's just. You know what I mean? And again, it's 2006, 2007, 2008. You know what I mean? I moved around a little bit more. After that, I moved to the Park Apartments. I done moved, where else I moved? Davis Park Road, right there where Camelot is. I done moved around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I still got my people in Stonecroft. I'm still maneuvering at this point. But where it really took off was when I moved to Miller Street, Firestone. I moved right in the middle of the hood, man. I moved right to the middle of the hood, and that's when it went to a higher level. And people who had names, they started coming to me like, yo, man, yeah, you really, you know what I'm saying, got shit going on? Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? And I took pride in that. You know what I'm saying? And I started recording more artists. The mix down process at this time was crazy. I'm about 2-3 years into doing the recording and the engineering. I didn't make beats, not until recently. You know, everybody always thought that I made beats. I never made beats until like past, you know what I mean, this year. But I always recorded, and I always had like a crazy selection of beats to choose from. So that's where everybody thought that I made beats, but I didn't make beats. You know what I mean? So when that happened, you know what I mean, we took it to the next level, and we got other people who's, you know what I mean, coming to see me now. And then one of them was my best friend in my heart. His name was LeBrandon Lee, Black Dollars, man. Rest in peace. That was like that was my heart, man. That was my soul. You know what I'm saying? And when he came in the picture, he made me feel like I was really doing something. And that made me not want to stop doing anything. Like I really, and at this point in time, it was like 2009, 2010. Oh, we gonna give we gonna speak on that as well. I know I kind of fast forward a little bit more, but yeah. So that's when the recording process and like just my name in general, everybody started to know who the hell I was, and I wasn't fighting no more to get respect. I had it. You know what I mean? And then I was dealing with him, and he told everybody, ain't nobody giving me no kind of hard time. If you fucking with Flu, you're fucking with me and my gang on top of that. You're gonna have problems with all of us. You know what I'm saying? So like I felt like at that time, shit, like we was really getting things going. You know what I'm saying? We was really, and that was like the golden era. But when I lost him another year after that, man, it you know, I had to reset for a while. But ultimately, I never stopped doing what I was doing. I kept it moving. Yeah.
In doing music, when you take certain losses, did it make you say, let me rethink? Let me say, can I really do it? How was your process there? Because you know you lost your boy in the military, you lose him. What's your process and your thinking right now?
Shit. I never met nobody after that had that same. I never met nobody after that had the same heart as him. I never had nobody who had my back as much as him. So it pushed me back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was at one point in time, I was about to say, you know what, man, just forget all this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I lost a big piece of myself. Now, at this time, I got not one, but both of my sons in my life at this time. 2007 was when Gregory was born, just to touch off of where you was about to go. 2007, Gregory was born. 2010, when he was around, when LeBrandon was around, Travis was born. You know what I'm saying? And this is my son who has autism, and I know we're gonna get to that a little bit more. But yeah, it was rough, man. Not to mention when I was on Miller Street before I moved again, somebody broke in my house and stole all my equipment.
That's a big setback.
Big, yes. And I was just frustrated. I was like, man, I can't get ahead. Like, what's next? Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like I can't get to the plateau that I really want to get to because I keep taking losses. Now at that time I didn't know that I was gonna take 20 times the losses. But you know what I mean? I got with my people and everybody said, Greg, like, Flu, don't allow that to stop you. He wouldn't want me to stop, so why stop? Right. You know what I'm saying? Why allow that to take over everything? Why allow that to stop like something that could be extremely like beneficial and beautiful? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like I was in my peak at that time. I was in you know what I mean? In my era in my life, like I was at the top. Like I felt, you know what I mean? I've gotten so good at my craft, and so I was conflicted. Like what am I gonna do next? So not too long after he passes away, I say, you know what? I'm about to save my money. You know what I mean? And I was in college in Gaston at this time.
Okay, what you studying?
Logistics.
Okay.
And it was the first time I went to school 3 times.
Gotcha.
This is the first time I went to college, and get a little kickback from the Pell Grant, stuff like that. So I took my money and bought a laptop, bought everything brand new all over again, jumped right back into it. You know what I'm saying? And now this is when my family, they staying on Wingate. They stay on Wingate Circle right there by Hudson, and we packed the whole room out and we doing it all over again. So like I never really stopped. There was like times where we had to just stop everything, but I never stopped. And the people that was behind me, we never just said we was gonna just give up on everything. So we just kind of kept it pushing. You know what I mean? And that's just, and time could just continue to progress. Yeah.
And now with your walk with music, I've always been interested when I heard you on Cars for Battling. Where did the name come from? Where did your name come from? What's the meaning behind this?
All right, so in 2010, before 2010, my name was CG, Crazy Greg, Commanding General. You know what I'm saying? That's what I came to New Jersey with. That's what everybody know me as. Matter of fact, to this day, even you know what I mean, where I just came from, you know what I mean, I was in Dallas before I got here, and my homeboy knew me when I was skinny. He don't call me Flu, he calls me CG. But anyway, 2010 was when H1N1 was out, the pandemic, kind of like what's going on right now. H1N1 was out, people was dying and whatever, and so I had a sore. It's funny. I had a sore throat, and I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling myself. I was like kind of ill. I was under the weather, and I had a battle. I forgot who I battled. Matter of fact, I don't even think it was on camera, but it was. I was like, yeah, man, my name H1N1 because I'm fucking sick today. I'm sick, and y'all about to feel. I don't know. Like I think that's where it came from, because my style is sick. My style is so sick, it's so hot that you're gonna catch a fever from it. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it stuck. People used to call me swine flu. I didn't like that after a while. People call me swine. Like I don't. It stuck for a little while. But it just became flu. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody got flu, you're not getting out of your bed. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting out of your bed. You're gonna be in the bed for a while. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel. You know what I mean? And that's how sick my style is. That's how sick it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the rapping, when it comes to the engineering, to the production side, when all, you know what I'm saying? That whole overall picture, and it stuck, and everybody just started calling me Flu. And ever since then, it's 2021 now, 11 years now. That's just what happened. You know what I mean? And everybody, that's just, to this day, I could be in Walmart, bro, and I hear somebody go, "Yo, Flu," and I'm like, "Who the fuck?" Like, and somebody always calling me. You know what I mean? I hit the stage, and they don't. And I used to say they don't go boo, they go, and I put the microphone to the crowd. Everybody goes Flu, and then it just stuck, man, and it just became like a name. And even people don't even know who I am. They're like, "Oh, you're Flu." I'm like, "Yeah," and then like, "Oh, bro, you dope." You know what I'm saying? So, even though everybody didn't rock with it, even to this day, even though I'm not the most popular name, the ones who rock with me, they, you know what I'm saying? They, you know what I mean? They get it. They get where the name come from. So yeah, man, my style to this day I don't give a fuck if I'm 50. It's always gonna be sick. It's always gonna be something that's not regular. You feel me?
So your name is growing, people rocking with you. What are some of the names here in the city that helped you out, that you grew with, that you built with, that helped you out with your music?
Okay, damn. So there's a lot of names, but the more notable ones will be probably Franco. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Supreme Team. Shouts out to Lucky. Shouts out to Straight Profit. Those are just a few. Damn, so many different names. My homeboy Wordplay. Psycho Astronauts. Shouts out to Donnie Quest and Sonny Keith and all them. You know what I mean? Damn, I could name so many. I done recorded with Cash Hood. I recorded with also I recorded with Broadway Bitch. Shouts out to Carolina Crooks. Carolina Crooks came in. You know what I mean? There's so many names. So if I sat here, we're probably here for another 20 minutes just naming off all the names. But that's just a few. But like I got a lot of younger artists now. Shouts out to Kato, my cousin, my little cousin. I'm trying to bring him on the map. But they ultimately, over the years, shout out to C Chrome as well. You know what I'm saying? We progressed over the years. You know what I mean? And did so many different projects for so many different people. You know what I mean? And Betty Booth, damn, I could, you know what I mean? Again, if I sit here, we ain't never gonna get up out of here. We ain't talking about that, man. Yeah.
Now let's dive into this. 'Cause I remember you telling me this off camera before, and you said you're gonna go more in detail with me about it. You said Franco saved your life. What happened with that?
Okay. So Franco. All right. Like I said, with the PTSD, with the borderline, with challenges and things that I faced in my life after the military, everything hasn't been so good to me.
Right.
I had a lot of bad situations that happened to me along the way, even though we spoke about music for the longest, but in my personal life, I took loss after loss and bad relationships and, struggles behind my kids and, with the courts and just I ain't gonna, really speak on like certain situations I had behind relationships and things of that nature. I ain't gonna go into it too much, but there was one incident where I was dating a female, I was dating a woman who I thought was good for me, and she wasn't, and she was rotten. You know what I mean? And you feel what I'm saying? And she was dragging me along, and at this point in time, I'm still really good-hearted, so I allowed it to happen, but I found out she's cheating on me. There was a lot of conflict, fights, and stuff that happened after that, so there was just one of my meltdowns to where I tried to take my own life, and I don't know if you know what Seroquel is, but Seroquel, one pill would knock you out for 12 hours. I swallowed 60.
How many?
60, 60. I took 60 Seroquels or so. You know what I mean? I don't know the exact number, but from what the doctor was saying, that's the approximate amount. You know what I mean? Because I didn't care no more. You know what I'm saying? And all the PTSD and everything, like the dark side of me came out. So at this point in time, I'm in my house. I live in Ranlo, and I was like, you know what? This is it. I don't care. I go lay down. I'm getting real sleepy. I don't even remember too much of it. But Franco finds out. He comes to the door, banging down my door. Like, and I stumble to the door somehow, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? He's like, he grabbed me. He's like, bro, get your ass home. Like, come on. And I'm out of my mind. And I don't remember too much. He says that the Ranlo police pulled up, and I try to run back in the house because I thought they were coming to get me or something. That's how bad I was. You know what I'm saying? And the police come. Oh, I'm military too. I'm Marine too. We're ready to help you. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And so they put me in the ambulance. If it wasn't for Franco, man, if he didn't come do what he did, I would have died. I would have died easy. You know what I'm saying? My heart stopped at the hospital for 90 plus seconds by the time they got to me. They had to pump my stomach. When you throw up and stuff and your sides hurt and everything like that, I woke up 3 days later and everything hurts. And he came in at the right time. And then I remember them telling me everything that happened. I was laughing. Thought it was a joke. And it was like, man, you really gonna sit here and do that? And the lady down there about to cry, like she was like, you try to really, you know what I mean? You don't know how lucky you are. And that's when reality hit. That's when reality hit me. And I was like, damn, And then things happened after that. My house got shot up over her. You know what I'm saying? My house got shot up. And that's where a lot more of my symptoms of PTSD come from to this nowadays. You know what I mean? Because I didn't make some good decisions. I became angry, bitter, resentful because of everything that happened before that. And it just magnified and whatever. So when that happened, my house gets shot up after what happened with her, I let her go.
Right.
I broke up with her immediately, man. And ever since I let go of her and I let go of, after I let go of relationships and being gullible and having too big of a heart, that's when everything started falling into place for me. You know what I mean? I had some other problems after the fact, but it never was that bad. And when it never got that bad again, because I put myself first. I went back to college again. I got my degree. I go to Texas. I come back. I'm a whole brand new person. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, now I got the career that I've always wanted. The music is coming back alive. You know what I'm saying? We got more things in place now than we ever had before. Even with all the little side hiccups and stuff not working out time to time with the computers and Pro Tools and stuff like that, I put myself first. Everything else became secondary. If you're not me, if you're not my kids, if you're not my family, I don't give a damn about none of that. All that comes first. All that's important, because I will never get down to that point again where I'm gonna be so selfish to take myself out. You know what I'm saying? I even had a situation not that long ago where I was fighting with certain things going on in my personal life. But I don't think about that too long. You know what I'm saying? I might be upset at that moment, but I have a lot of tools in my toolbox, in my personal toolbox, to where I'm not going to let that continue to bother me, and I bounce back from it. That's why I said I bounce back from everything. I'm the bounce back king. I done been through so many losses, but I bounce back from each and every single one of them. And that's why a lot of people out there right now respect me, because they see I'm not all talk. I'm not going to sit there and say a whole bunch of stuff just to make me sound good. No, I done been through it. I done been through the trench. I've been through the bottom, man. And I done came back from each and every single, every loss that I took, I bounced back 5 times stronger. And that's another source of pride with me. But if it wasn't for Franco, man, I wouldn't be here today. So Franco, you see this, bro, I love you, man. And you know that, because we speak about this all the time. So yeah, man. And that's what I got to say about that one. Absolutely.
To make a note for myself, put this segment at the end before going out. So let's talk about family.
Let's do that.
Let's talk about family. You said earlier you got Gregory Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Travis Morales.
Travis Jamani, yep.
You said I worked with children before with autism. You have a son with autism. He's born. I don't think when you got like 2, 3 years old before you really know what's going on.
Right.
So him coming 3 years old, you get the news of him being autistic. Is he on the high scale, low scale, in the middle? And how did you deal with that as a father? How was that a difference for you? Because, like I said, I used to work with kids in the school system before I started doing Grandosiá TV with autism, and it can be a difference.
Absolutely. When it comes to that, yeah, and it was around about 2 or 3 years old. I was in New Jersey. This is one of the times that I had a situation that I bounced back from, and I was living with my mom for that summertime, and this is the first time they ever met Travis. This is the first time they ever got any kind of interaction with him. So I think it was my aunt and my sister and a couple others. It was like, Greg, you don't think he got autism? And at that time, I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what autism is. I didn't know what autism was. And I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was like, Greg, you need to check that out when you get back down North Carolina.
What made them ask that question?
Because just of his patterns of behavior and just how he was on a day-to-day basis. High functioning, by the way. He was high functioning. He is brilliant. He's smart as hell. He's the smartest child that I've ever met in my life. He taught me polar bears are on the North Pole and penguins are on the South Pole. I never knew that. Never knew that. He taught me that. You know what I mean? But anyway, they pinpointed it. But I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know about stuff like that because I got problems of my own. You know what I mean? I got my personal, mental health things and things that I deal with on a regular basis that I deal with on my own. So I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know nothing about that at all.
Right.
So we come back to North Carolina, and he was about 3, about to be 4. Mm-hmm. So he was like pre-kindergarten, age. Um, so I went to the school system, and um, it was like for a month straight. We had to go. Me and his mom had to go once a week to like this screening phase, and they, you know, what I mean, they test them out, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like they do all like the different modes of how they, test, test them out and everything like that. That's how we found out. Um, so ever since then, he went to pre-K. He gets put in a certain environment. He's not in a quote unquote regular class. I don't even want to say a regular class because he's smarter than most kids in a regular school system. I don't care what nobody say. He's smarter than most people his age, from the age of 4 until now. And he just turned 11 last week. You know what I mean? So, I try to stay up on it as much as I can. It's a challenge. I don't always get to him, but as I go along, I learn as much as I possibly can. Um, I try to stay active with him. I don't have him every day, but when I do get him on the weekends, I try to do things with him. I try to take him to um, events where there's people around, because when it comes to autistic kids, they don't always deal with the public, with certain environments and stuff like that, and that's been a challenge. I even take him to wrestling events. He doesn't always. He's learned as he gets better as he goes along, because there's people all over the place yelling and cheering and yelling and screaming, and he doesn't always understand. But I take him to the museum. I try to take him to the museum. We're probably going to go to the zoo the next few weeks. Try to do educational things with him, and we as we go along, we try to do things. I even introduced them to our family who are on the other side of North Carolina, and they know who he is, and they understand. It's to the point now where my family's so understanding. I'll be like, "Yo, Travis, stop it!" Like, Greg, shut up and go outside. Leave him alone. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so we're progressing, but it's not easy at all whatsoever. But I wouldn't trade him for the world, because it's teaching me how to deal with somebody who got problems just like myself. Sometimes it's more than just me. Sometimes I have to learn patience, and you know what I'm saying, instead of worrying about my problems, I gotta worry about his. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. But I feel like we came a long way, and the older that he gets, I'm not gonna stop. I'm always gonna be in his corner. No matter what we go through, no matter what kind of problems we face or challenges and times where we're not happy. Right. You know what I mean? We're gonna get through it. That's why I dedicate my life to them. I dedicate my life more to them sometimes than myself, because it has to be that way, because it has to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So another tremendous source of pride goes into that as well. So yeah, that's how we'll break that one down. Yeah.
Now, with having a junior, I think sometimes having a junior can be a gift and a curse with the name, because people will always tag him to whatever you do. If you do something great, it's always going to be like that. Can't get past senior because senior did so much. So, but what is it like having your oldest son? I mean, I know a lot of attention may go on to your son because he has autism as well. But what is it like just having Gregory Jr. been around, being your mini-me?
Wow. Yeah. I'll tell you what, right now, he ain't no mini-me. He taller than me already. He 13 years old. He about to be 6 feet tall. Gregory's awesome, man. He picked up the music. He is musically inclined probably 5 times more than me. His genres, he don't even want to rap. He's like, I don't want to rap. He likes rock music. He likes different genres of music. If he listens to hip hop, he don't listen to like the mumble rappers. He looks down on rappers. It makes me laugh because he definitely he likes J. Cole. He likes Kendrick Lamar. He likes the rappers. You know what I'm saying? I put on some throwback from the '90s. You know what I'm saying? He dives into that real deep. He does instrumentation in school. He's part of his school band. He wants to learn how to play the drums.
Okay.
He sees me making the beats, and he's giving me all the ideas that I need. You know what I'm saying? So he's in many ways, he got just as many skills as I have, and if not, probably even more. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do my best to harness those instead of letting them go. You know what I mean? He's a big kid. Everybody's like, why don't you be in football? He did football for 1 year or one season. He didn't like it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I wasn't hard on him. I said, you know what? It is what it is. He wants to try wrestling now. You know what I mean? So he got a lot of things going on in his life as well that are very unique. And he gets along with people very well. He doesn't meet a stranger. Everybody, you know what I mean? He has a good personality. Kind of reminds me of me when I was a little younger. He definitely has that, and he has that, and he does good in many different areas of his life. And so, and by the way, he's always getting good grades in school, no matter all the problems and stuff that he's seen in my life, and kind of the spots in our life where it was kind of rough. He's very resilient, and he's still going hard in school. He does his thing. You know what I'm saying? His teachers give him very good, very good feedback with him and everything like that. So, like as far as the gift and the curse, like he got more of the gift going on right now, and not too much of the curse. There is ways he's like me, and the not so. He has certain traits of mine that aren't so. But he's my child, so of course he's gonna bear that. But ultimately though, he makes me very proud for him to be my son, because he got a great future ahead of him, and we're gonna continue to harness that, and we're gonna move forward, and the family's behind him, and you know what I mean. Me and his mom are behind him, just like as well with Travis. No matter what we go through, we still try to do the best for him, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. Absolutely.
That's some good stuff right there. Now, in this last segment that we have, I know people when they watch this and they looking from the beginning to this point, they're gonna be like, man, I thought he's gonna really harp on music. But we're gonna give it to him a little bit here, but that wasn't the focus of this interview. But going forth from the day, and well, from when this interview hit and people see it, is there anybody that you want to work with now in music, now that you're getting back into it? Now you're at a place of stability where you're really focused, you clear-minded with things now, and things are looking good for you. If there's anybody now that you say, you know what, now I'm at a place, I want to work with this guy. Or is there anybody that you used to work with, you can rekindle that situation and get back with them and we can work together again?
Absolutely. There are so many artists in this area that are extremely talented. So many, the young era that's coming up right now, there are so many young artists who got it going on. But as far as like the ones that I worked with, Franco being one of them, Franco was always going to be a lyrical monster. We come from the same era. We know each other so much that we're always going to have a relationship. So I see me and him in the near future coming back together. I mean, all the ones that I've worked with, they know that I'm still around. So I mean, the door is always open. Also, Kato, my young artist. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my cousin Kato. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Live, Love, Loyalty, man. Throw them L's up. You know what I'm saying? They already know what's going on with that. There's another artist that I plan on working with in the very near future. Her name is Shay Bad. You know what I'm saying? And she got a lot going on right now. She's extremely gorgeous. So when she shoots them daggone videos, everybody's going to be trying to figure out who she is. Forget Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? She definitely got something going on. I'm also looking for talented artists, more specifically singers. I want to jump into the R&B lane. Female singers are very hard.
Yes.
To get Danielle Brown, I know you got an engineer. I know you said that. Work with me. You know what I mean? There's a few other R&B acts that are in the area. They knew who they are. Shouts out to Jay Knows because we actually worked together before. I know I'm kind of dancing around a little bit.
That's fine.
Yeah. Shouts out to Broadway Biz Pat Down City. They already know, like, you know what I'm saying? We always gonna be linked together. Shouts out to Carolina Crooks. I know we a little bit older, but shit, they don't, you know what I mean? The music don't die. You know what I'm saying? It does not die. So we could, you know what I mean? It don't matter if we 45, we can still get together and make a hell of a project. There's a dozen, and we're like the Gastonian Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with Psycho Astronauts. Them boys are, man, them guys are so real with it, man. So if they ever want to get back into it, we could definitely make that happen. I know I'm a little stubborn sometimes when it comes to certain aspects of recording with certain people. But yo, if you got it, you know what I mean? If you're trying to make another leap at it, let's go. Oh, shouts out to Avatage Mafia. Shouts out to Billy Wright, aka Short Money Steez. That's another very talented young brother that I'm working with, man. You know what I'm saying? He's another one. But yeah, like I said, I know I'm dancing around a little bit, man, but I'm definitely open to laying down this next chapter of good music, dope quality. You know what I'm saying? The quality is always going to be there. That's something that I take a lot of, you know what I mean, pride. I know I've been saying pride a lot, but I take a lot of pride in a lot of things behind myself, and the quality, the radio sound is definitely there. Also, if you're looking for beats, that's gonna be another lane for the rest of my life, that I'm gonna be carving into. The amount, you know what I mean, like all the feedback I got so far. I've only been making beats for only a few months, and the feedback that I got so far has been very dope. So just imagine if I go in for another year or two, it's gonna be tremendous. So the you know what I mean, the it's there. It's always gonna be there, and I'm not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be times where, there's gonna be times where I'm not gonna be myself, and there's gonna be times where I might have to, uh, take a deeper look at certain things. But when it comes to music, I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop doing it, no matter what. And before you know it, you're gonna be seeing Gregory Jr. right behind me, and that's last but not least. You're gonna be seeing, by the time he's 16, by the time he's 18, he's gonna be a monster in all different levels, different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? You might see him with his own band. So, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Ultimately, yeah, that's what I got to say about that one.
That's the legacy right there.
Absolutely, yeah. Got to keep that legacy going. You know what I mean?
Now, one thing I do want to ask you, too, since you say you're doing producing, I'm going to name drop somebody from Gasoline that's doing it really big right now, and that's 20 Vision from this area. And he's putting in the work to create a sound for the Charlotte metro area, including Gastonia. But in your mind, what else can other producers from the area do to shape the sound of the Carolinas? Because that's one thing, we steal from Atlanta, we steal from up top, we steal from out west, we steal from the deeper south. But what can we do here in the middle that we create our own sound?
Good question. I would say, number one, don't have too big of a head. Come, not anybody specifically, but come down to our level. If you're, you know what I mean, there's certain people that come into mind who got a bigger platform than the rest of us. I feel like they could come back down to earth and not have so much pride. And I have, you know what I'm saying, not feel like they're above anybody else. I feel like if we do that and we integrate instead of everybody being separate, and we all come together as one big unit with camaraderie, you know what I'm saying, with you know what I mean, with deep respect for each other, and not being a yes man about certain aspects, because you're gonna have certain people that, oh yeah, this is dope, and I'm, you know what I mean, I'm the one that's gonna tell you like, no, it's not. You can have, you know what I mean, I'm a very big person when it comes to constructive criticism. I know I get a lot of it, and I take it, but I feel like other people need to do that as well. And somebody's gonna come to you and they want you to do good, and you know what I'm saying, and you have the possibility to become bigger than what you are right now, take that constructive criticism and take it and run with it, and you'll be surprised with what you come up with. But you can't do it by yourself. You got to come in with other people and integrate entirely. You know what I'm saying? Just like Charlotte's doing right now. Look what the debate. Look what baby got going on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, maybe it might be placed in my hands. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If it does get placed in my hands, I plan on doing the same thing. I plan on putting a lot of people up, a lot of artists, true, talented, well-groomed artists, set them up for success. I don't necessarily want to rap. You know what I mean? Right. I want to be somebody who's in the background, who's going to put people forward. You know what I'm saying? And put them in a position to where the whole entire world hears them. And I don't even need that much credit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the accolades and whatever money or what, like none of that stuff is important to me. I want people to come together and link with me. And you know what I'm saying? And if you know what I'm saying, if you got that special structure, and you got that special you got that special gift to share with the world, I'm definitely willing to do it with you. Even if I got to change some things up about myself, I'm ready for that. And that's a fact. I definitely, yeah.
And if it do get placed in your hands, you always got a home at Grandosiá TV where they can come over here and, market themselves that way and brand themselves here with what we got going on. But before we let you go today, any last words for anybody or just random things you just want to put out to the universe to let people know who Gregory Morales is or who Flu is?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I am not regular. I'm not a regular individual. I'm somebody who's misunderstood at times, but I know for a fact that I got something to give to the world. To all those people who truly support me, to those who are around me on a daily basis, who really know who I am, they know what's going on, you know. But ultimately, I would like to reach out to everybody who don't know me and be able to share what I got going on with the ones who don't. I really want to be able to do that one day. Not even just on a music level, just on a personal level, with all the struggles and everything that I personally went through myself. I feel like if there's somebody who's struggling, especially in the military community, I'm a big advocate for that. You know, I'm definitely wanting to reach out to you guys as well, but I definitely want to reach each and every single person who might not have known me as well when this interview started until right now, into the future. I definitely want to get with everybody and just let them know that I definitely got something special going on, and I definitely want to get with each and every single person out there and grow and prosper and become everybody becomes a better person than what they are. And even though that might even include myself sometimes, I'm definitely in that sector to where I'm, you know what I mean, I'm discovering myself each and every single day, and I want to do it with anybody else who comes around me and moving this point forward. So that's how I would wrap this one up. Yeah.
I love it, man. And with that being said, everybody make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Everybody make sure you share this video. Hit the notification bell so every time we go live, you get the up-to-date videos. But I just want to say, man, appreciate you. Thank you for coming, man.
Yes, sir.
And anything Grandosiá TV can do for you and your brand moving forward, just let us know.
Let's do it.